Good afternoon. Welcome back to the show, episode 175 today. I'm Barry Bear and my special guest with you in the studio this afternoon. And earlier on, we spoke about organizing appointments, okay, and things like that. Now, the second part today, okay, we're going to be talking about this vanilla cake that we made today, today, and and it was really delicious. I'm going to try a bit for afternoon tea. So vanilla cake, you just can't go wrong. Joining me now in the studio is my special guest. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Barry.
And and well, what did we put in this vanilla cake?
We made a vanilla cake this afternoon, and it looks really good. And I'm so it tastes gonna be delicious. And yeah, we just mix it up with the flour, a few eggs, and the vanilla extract. Barry he doesn't eat butter. That's why I use what's it called, Barry?
Nothing.
Yeah, and it's rice, and yeah, we made a really beautiful cake this afternoon, and that's how we spend our day.
And now here we are making the second part of episode 175 today. And Rosa, if you are watching, I hope you're resting comfortably and will be ready for the next week. So, with my special guest, he mixed all the ingredients in. Okay, put some baking paper in the cake tin, bake the cake in the oven, and we can tell you cake was out there. It was really the cake turned out, and we're gonna have some cake for our afternoon tea this afternoon. This afternoon also on part two of episode 175, we will be talking about having good phone manners. So that's coming up right now. Having good phone manners, guys, is really important because if you're making a phone call, okay, say who you are and which company you are calling from. Don't just say hello. You have to be a polite person on the phone. Don't be rude to people on the phone. Here's my special guest.
Yeah, well, Barry, making a phone call has to be very specific. Where you're calling to, and even where you're calling, and what was the reason you make a phone call. That sort of things always we gotta take into consideration, and you have to um, scare us.
And we'll just welcome back. But this way, I'm going to give you an example now of how I answered a phone call before the break. I picked up the phone and said, "Good afternoon, this is Barry Beard speaking. Here's my special guest."
Yes, Barry.
So, I
So
like,
we had a wonderful afternoon. We made a cake, vanilla cake. It was really nice.
I'm talking about phone manners.
Oh, phone. Okay. Yeah, Barry, the way he handled the situation was really wonderful, and the lady, she was lovely over the phone, and she promised that she will pass the message to Taylor, and he will give Barry a call as soon as possible.
So don't just pick up your phone and say hello unless you are at home. But with me, as, as I am a professional at phone manners, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I must say who I am so the person knows who they're talking to at the other on the other end of the line. Now that's one way of answering a phone call. Now here's an example about how not to answer a phone call. You must never answer the phone in a rude way or abuse the person on the other end of the phone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Here's my offside.
Yeah.
Because what do you think about this?
Yeah, obviously, we should be nice and polite all the time when we're answering phone call from anyone.
Because
And more you be polite, you get treated very well. If you're rude, if bit, ask on someone, then they're not gonna help you out.
okay, now if someone was rude to me over the phone, I'd say I'm not going to help you out the next time that you ring me up because you were rude to me the first time around. Here's my offsider.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you make a phone call or receive a phone call, guys, make sure that you that you are polite, respectful, and honest. That's how you are a good telephonist. But if you are rude on the phone to anyone, ladies and gentlemen, they will not help you out the next time around. And when you make a phone call, ladies and gentlemen, say who you are calling, where you are calling from, your name, etc. So when I made my phone call, I said, "Good afternoon. This is Barry Fair from Oceana House." So that way the person knew where I was calling from. I didn't just say hello, it's Barry Fair. I say where I am calling from. And that is how everyone should be on the phone, whether you are a receptionist, a client, a staff member, etc. So I hope the video that we brought to you today, okay, on episode 175, the two videos, we hope that you enjoy them. And thanks, Milan, for being my special guest today on the show.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming on the show. And Rosa, if you've been watching, I hope you do enjoy this and see you next week on the show. And from me, on that note, it is also time for me to go. And the message I'd like to end the show with, as always, if you're struggling, Lifeline 131114. But if you're experiencing a medical emergency, guys, dial 000, but only in an emergency. And thanks for your company today on the show, episode 175, and I look forward to your company next week. But until then, have a great Wednesday evening, everybody, and I will see you next Wednesday on the show. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.